Hey guys, did you miss me? So, as you guys know, I've been on break for a few weeks, and that's because I've just been extremely busy with my new job and trying to do all this house stuff and just everything like that. So I've just been extremely busy with everything. And I'm so excited because in April is going to be O.W.L.S 2019 readathon, which there has been so much stuff going on into this. I'm just so enamored by it. If you guys didn't know, this is hosted by Book Roast on YouTube. I'll leave the announcement video for it down below, but she went all out. She like did these the career thing into it, and you can choose whichever career you want to do, and that determines which owls you take and all that kind of stuff. So I'm shooting for Alchemist, which is you basically read for all of the challenges, but because I am again just getting settled into my new job, I also, if it turns out that I can't do the if it turns out that I'm not going to be able to read all 12, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Librarian. So I have a TBR. So my TBR is the same for both of those, because for Librarian, you're doing Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Defense Against the Dark Arts, History of Magic, and Transfigurations. But for Alchemist, you're doing all of them, so all those ones that I just said, but you're also doing Herbology, Muggle Studies, Potions, Charms, Divination, Astronomy, all those. And I actually had some extra credit for Charms, because I have done every single one of the magical readathons. So the one that happened back a few months ago, for the Charms extra credit, I did that one. So I was able to start 4 days early. So I've already started my Charms book, which I will get to in a minute. And I'll let you guys know how I'm doing on that and everything. But yeah, this is like the last day of March. It's March 31st. So we're just going to go ahead and get on into the TBR. So the first subject is for Ancient Runes, and for that you're going to read a retelling, and I'm going to be reading Hunted by Meagan Spooner, which is a like Beauty and the Beast-ish kind of retelling. And it's like this girl's like in the woods and she's hunting, and then I don't know, something Beauty and the Beast related happens. I don't know too much, but people talked about it a while back and it was like given really great reviews and stuff. I have the Kindle book. I got it for like $1 something. So I'm going to be trying that out and see how I like it. And then the next one is for Arithmancy, and that's work written by more than one author. And for that, I'm going to be reading Awakened by PC and Kristen Cass, which is like the 7th or 8th book in the House of Night series. I've been rereading this because I want to actually finish it this time, because I read it back in middle school and I got up to like Destined or something, and I never finished like the last 3 or 4 books. So I'm rereading them. This is the next one I gotta read, so yeah. And then the next subject is Astronomy, and for that it's star in the title, which I am so annoyed because I have already read so many books that have that in the title, so it's like, what can I even read? So I was like looking on Goodreads and stuff, and I think I'm going to do The Name of the Star, which is basically like this book about this girl who's going to boarding school in London, and it's got a whole thing with like Jack the Ripper and stuff, which I love Jack the Ripper, so I'm pretty sure they have like the audiobook and stuff like on Scribd or something, so I'll probably do that. And then the next subject is Care of Magical Creatures, and that's land animal on the cover. And for that, I'm doing The Son of Neptune by Riordan, which is the 2nd book in the Heroes of Olympus series, which I read The Lost Hero a few months ago, and I really loved it. I really love Leo Valdez. Like, Leo Valdez is one of the most beautiful characters I've ever read from. I really love him, and I'm just really, really excited to get on into the next book. And I know that Percy's actually in this one, which will be exciting, because he wasn't really in the last one. Oh my god, guys, I'm going through this and there's no Leo in here. This makes me so sad. This is basically, I think it's going to be the same timeline as The Lost Hero, but instead of following Jason, we're following Percy and like his stuff at the other camp. The other thing. Like, anyway. So that's interesting, but like O.W.L.S, you guys. Anyway, the next one is Charms, which again, I've already started my book for that because I've had extra credit. And it's age line, reading an adult work. And for that, I am reading A Crown for Cold Silver by Alex Marshall, which this came in at the library for me like a couple days ago because I put a hold on it because Piera, who like owns my whole heart and soul. Like, you guys know, I talk about Piera all the time. She's amazing. She's the best. I'll link her down below. You should already be subscribed to her channel. If you're not, you did. I don't know what you're doing with your life, basically. Anyway, but this is one of her favorite series and stuff, and I've just been seeing a lot of stuff about it. And apparently the second book, there's like a poly relationship, and I'm like, I am here for this. Ever since I read Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, with like that whole relationship dynamic, I'm not going to name names, but if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. That was amazing. We loved it. 10 out of 10. So I'm looking for anything similar to that. And I saw someone on Twitter the other day mentioning that the second book to this has that. So I'm guessing this lays the groundwork for it, and then it'll happen in the second book, kind of like how it happened in the other series that I was talking about. Yeah, we're here for that. But let's see. I was reading a little bit last night, and I got to page 237. So that's how much I'm through. I'm on chapter 25. And this book has like 600 something pages, so it's got a lot of pages. Is Defense Against the Dark Arts, and for that it's the Reducto spell, and it's a title that starts with an R, and for that I'm going to be reading Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is basically this arc that everybody's talking about. If you're lucky enough to get approved for it on NetGalley, it's basically about the son of the President of the United States and the Prince in England. Like, they have like this feud going on between them, and the like publicity people of both of them are basically trying to save the situation, because it's like creating like all this like tension and stuff like for the public and everything in the tabloids. And so to do that, they're like making them like seem like they're in a fake relationship to kind of like mend that whole thing. And then of course it's a romance book, so like, you feel me? So that's exciting. I'm really excited to read that. And then the next book is Divination, set in the future, and literally the only thing I could come up with was Mockingjay, which I think technically I should have read that this month for the Hunger Alongathon, but this month has just been a train wreck. I've been too busy, so I haven't had the chance, but I can read that for my Charms next month, which I can listen to the audiobook like I've done for the other two Hunger Games, which is perfect. So, yeah. And then the next book I'm going to be reading is Herbology, which is plant on the cover, and for that I'm going to be reading The Witch's Book of Self-Care by Erin Murphy Hiscock, which I actually just bought this today because we're informative and just like, you know, and I've been getting really into my Wicca stuff and everything, and I just want to like read everything and do everything, so I'm really excited. And of course it's got a ton of plants on it and everything, you can just tell, so this is super exciting. The next book is, you guys, I suck at talking. The next subject is History of Magic, and that is a book that was published at least 10 years ago. And for that I actually have a couple options. The first one would be the first book in this bind-up of Sweep, and that would be Dark Magic by Kate Tiernan. These books were published like back in like the early 2000s. Like, I think the first one was published in like 1998 or something. I don't know. But a long time ago. But these are basically books about this girl who discovers Wicca. There's a theme here. And I read the first, like all of the first 3 books. So good. I really love these. They're just so much fun, and it's just such a good time for me. So I really love these. So either that, or I'll listen to the audiobook of The Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien, because I've listened to the audiobooks for the first 2 books in that, and I would really like to just go ahead and finish off the trilogy, because I've already read The Hobbit, and then basically I'll be good. Like, I mean, I know he's got other stuff, but I think after I read that, I'm gonna be good with J.R.R. Tolkien, basically. So yeah, I might do that. I might do both. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. And then the next subject is Muggle Studies, and for that, just read a contemporary. And again, I have a couple options for that. So I have either This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills, or I have Tell Me Three Things by Julie Baxbaum. I read like the first chapter of this because they have the first chapter available to read like on Amazon. And so I read the first chapter and I thought it was like super interesting, and basically I had some Amazon credit for like the exact amount this book was, so I went ahead and got it. Or then I have This Adventure Ends, which is all about fandom stuff and like friendship and everything, which is, you know I'm here for the fandom books, And also the next subject is potions, and for that it's Next Ingredient, which means like a sequel. And for that I will be reading Song of the Lioness in the Hand of the Goddess, which is the second book to like the Alana Song of the Lioness thingy. I read the first book a couple months ago, and I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, because these are like some old books, and I have like the old covers too. But I actually really enjoyed the first book. I loved Alana's character. I think she is so fierce and such a little badass, and she's so much fun to read. So I'm actually really excited to read the next book in her story. And then the next one is Transfiguration, Sprayed Edges, or Red Cover, which the only two books I have with sprayed edges are Six of Crows, which I just finished rereading, or Crooked Kingdom, which I do need to reread, but I don't know if I'm going to fill it this month. So my choice right now is Crown of Feathers by Nikki Powell Preto, which is a new-ish book. I don't remember when it came out, but I got this arc from work when I was still there. But yeah, my friend Rachel said it's like really, really good, so hopefully I will really enjoy it. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, so those are the books that I will be reading for my Owls 2019 readathon. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be doing weekly vlogs for the readathon, so don't worry, they will be coming. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be back. I really miss talking to the camera. I'll be honest, I miss vlogging, but I just really needed to take the time off so I could get settled in my new job. And we've been doing all this stuff with like trying to get pre-approved for a house, and there's just been a lot of stuff going on, and I just have not had the time, but hopefully that will be different now. But I will catch you guys in my next video.